I wish we could have you sing, but then we have to...
Oh, yeah.
We're back with Stefanie Powers and Robert Wagner, Heart to Heart. What is it, the new generation?
Well, it's the new generation of Heart to Heart. It's 2-hour movies.
Right, right. And tomorrow night is the episode in which Jennifer inherits a town. And in the clip that we have, did you want to set this up, Bob?
Well, I think... I think you're going to see the clip where Roddy, who plays a lawyer in this
Roddy
town,
McDowell, right?
Roddy McDowell. He says to Jennifer that she's going to accept, she's got the acceptance of this
Eleanor has died, first of all.
And Eleanor just died. I don't want to give too much of it away, Tom.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, if she would inherit something, it would be pretty obvious that somebody had kicked, you know what I mean?
Well, we know about that before this.
Yeah.
But we don't know the circumstances.
This is very clear.
I'm learning more.
Extremely clear to me.
So here is a little scene from tomorrow night's color presentation on NBC of the new generation of Heart to Heart 2-hour movies. Here it comes.
Her main concern was the future of this town. She wanted to hand it over to somebody who was capable and fit and honest.
And
that is why, as of last Friday, Mrs. Hart, you became the new owner of Kingman's Ferry.
I think if I did movies, I'd be amazed at where they put the music in and what they play. Because you play it without music, you know, you just play the scene straight.
Yes. We're amazed, too.
Are you?
Oh, absolutely. Don't you think? I mean, that's the most exciting part of post-production is to go in when they're scoring. And how that mind thinks up exactly where the cue is and where it should be and where it shouldn't be.
And also in some television programs that we've all done, where you do it and then somebody edits it all together in the right order. And you see it for the first time and think, gee, they really know what they're doing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's neat. It's neat.
So many people involved in it.
Let's go to the phones for R.J. Wagner and Stefanie Powers. Heart to Heart, here is Kate. I almost said Kate to Kate in Lubbock, Texas. Hello.
Hello, Tom. How are you
Kate.
tonight?
I'm fine, hon. How are you?
Oh, I'm glad that you took my call tonight, and I just want to tell you that I think your show is fantastic, and you're just a class act.
Well, you're very kind to say that, Kate, and say hi to Robert and to Stefanie.
Good evening, the two of you. How are you tonight?
Hello, Kate.
Listen, you both look absolutely fantastic, and I just was wondering if you could share some of your tips with us on how to look so healthy and so young and so vibrant.
RJ has a line of diet foods out that are perfectly sensational.
Now, what is your regimen? You work out a little bit, watch your diet, take Geritol,
hard.
and whatever.
You know, it's really hard. You have to keep after it. And it's sometimes not very convenient to go and exercise, but you have to.
And what do you do?
Well, next week I'm going away for, we've just finished a show, and I'm going away for a week of pain. Pain and a regime.
But
down at La Costa, you know.
Oh, okay.
Check in and...
And they put you
6 hours a day.
The drill.
Absolutely, because you have to sometimes really push yourself to do it.
Yeah, try to keep on a, you know, kind of a regular
and Archie's going
moderation.
Skiing hours.
You know. But we spend a lot of time outside, which is great.
True.
Yeah, we ride a lot and have.
You know who was here? I'd mentioned when I saw you before the show, George Hamilton was here one night, and we got to talking. He has a line of products where you put canning things. And he went on one of these shopping channels, and I mean, he sold a lot of...
Really?
It's a very good product.
Yeah, yeah.
And George keeps himself in good shape.
Yes, he does.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a good idea just to...
Those of us who appear before cameras, you know, you have to try and look as best you can for as long as you can. Otherwise, they turn you off, you know.
But also, I mean, it's not just for us. It's for everybody. I mean, in the clear light of early dawn, we have to look at ourselves, you know, and whether we're in front of a camera or just a civilian, you know. We may as well enjoy life to the best that we possibly can.
Do you two crack each other up when you're working together?
Yeah.
I mean, look at her eyes. Her eyes, she's got the devil in her at all times. I mean, she's just, you know.
Sometimes they've had to turn the lights completely off and take us out. One time, they came to us and they said, we don't want you to be together anymore, because we'd crack up and laugh. I said, well, how are we going to do the show if we're not together? I mean, how's that going to be? So we said, okay, we won't be together. So we came in separately, right? We'd stay apart. Then when we'd see each other, of course, we'd fall down on the ground. They'd take us away.
But I can't look at her because I'm going to start to laugh. Cause she's, you know.
Yeah, sometimes we've had that happen. We were doing a show on a train once, and they literally shut us down for a day and a half.
Really?
And then when you came back, she came back and she had to look through this window at me. And they said, okay, this is it. And they got very serious. And she came in and looked through the window, and I went down. They took me out. They carried me away.
Well, it's terrible.
All right, Kate, anything else we can help you with, dear?
No, that's all. Thanks.
Got to kind of be lucky, Kate. Get some good genes going
Exactly
for you.
right. Kate, take care. Be well and have a nice weekend, okay?
Thank you.
And laugh a lot.
All right. Good night, Kate. Here's
Good
Judy
night.
now in Jacksonville, Florida. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, Judy.
Hi. I wanted to ask Ms. Powers about the Wildlife Game Preserve in honor of William Holden.
Oh, thank you very much.
And if
I was
there's any way
hoping
the
somebody
public
would
could
ask.
support it.
It's called the William Holden Wildlife Foundation. It's an ongoing program. Most of our work is centered in Kenya and East Africa. We have the Mount Kenya Game Ranch, which Bill started as a sort of brother-sister organization, but our main thrust is a wildlife education program. And we have a center there where we have served last year about 10,000 students. We also have an outreach program into the more rural areas where we are currently serving about 2,500 people. They all have access to our education facility and also to observe all of the animals on the game ranch, of which there are 37 species.
So it's a large undertaking. You have many responsibilities there,
Yes.
or the people who are there
Yes.
full time.
Yes.
Judy, I'm glad you called. Many thanks.
Thank you.
All right, have a nice evening. We have to stop here for a commercial, folks. Back with Stefanie Powers and Robert Wagner, the stars of the new generation Heart to Heart. Tomorrow night, NBC television, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central. That's all you need to know. We'll be right back. Get off of me, come on. You know, if you had one of these in your house, you'd probably never have a drink and smoke a cigar. Gee, that sounds fantastic.
It sounds great.
In the break, I asked about the show you did with Fred Astaire, It Takes a Thief.
Yeah,
this was some time back, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I did a series in 1967 called It Takes a Thief. It was a character called Alexander Monday.
Yeah.
And we felt that we should bring somebody in and came up with the idea of Fred Astaire to play the greatest thief in the world. And I had known Fred Astaire most of my life. And so I went to him and asked him if he would do it. And he said, yeah. And we had the most marvelous time. Mm-hmm. What a gift to have had that experience to work with him. Yeah. I knew him when I was a little kid, and I never knew that he was Fred Astaire. I just knew him as a, know, and I loved him so, you know. Used to play a lot of golf with him. Went to the racetrack with him a lot.
Did you ever shoot pool with him?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I was going to just say that. Willie Moscone taught me, through Fred, to shoot pool, and he was a really good
You know,
player.
Willie died here recently.
Yeah, I know. I talked to his wife, who died about 4 months ago.
I know he did. I used to play golf with Willie back in Philadelphia. He was the best putter you've ever... Obviously, you know, he could roll a ball into a side pocket. He could make the ball go into the hole on the golf course.
And what a great gentleman, huh?
I remember one night we were at a place in Absecon Township, New Jersey, and Willie had just come. Well, The Hustler had been done for. This is back in the '60s. The Hustler had been done for about 5 years, and Willie took us into the billiard room, the pool room at this club that we were having dinner at, and he set up all the trick shots that Newman did in The Hustler and Gleason, and he'd have the ladies, you know, make the shots, and the way he set them up, everybody made the shot perfectly. He was that good. And he invited me to dinner one night at Dan Blocker's house when Dan was alive, and Astaire was there, and Willie and Blocker, and they played snooker pool, and I watched them. They were very good.
He still holds the record for running straight balls. What was it, 700 and...
Who, Willie?
Yeah.
I think 762?
762, that's right. Straight.
Yeah. Here is Sheila in Daytona Beach, Florida. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Sheila. How are you?
Fine, Tom. How are you?
I couldn't be better, Sheila. Thanks.
Great. You look great.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Real great show.
Thanks.
I'm a great friend of Robert's for many, many years. And I've watched all their heart-to-heart shows. And there should be a lot more shows like it.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, you know, Sheila, they're coming on tomorrow night at 9 o'clock for a 2-hour.
I know. I've been looking forward to it.
Yep. When did you leave Jersey?
Filming at all in Florida?
we might.
Come on down. It's beautiful down here.
I was just in Tampa.
When did you leave Jersey, Sheila?
No, I didn't leave Jersey. I left Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
Thanks for the nice
I'm in
compliment.
Florida now for 3 years.
Did you have any questions for Stefanie or for Bob?
Well, I just that I think they look great.
Yep.
Both of them together, and just great to see them together again, and I'm great that they're on the air together again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Continue with the shows. They're great.
Thank you.
God
Glad
bless.
you like our work. Thanks very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Sheila. Usually we say goodbye, but in this case, Sheila's saying goodbye. Here is Jennifer in New York. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Jennifer. You're on.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I want to tell Stephanie and Robert, I absolutely love you guys.
Thank you.
I was like, I'm 22 years old, and I watched the show way back when I was a little kid. And I fell in love with it in reruns, and my parents said I was absolutely nuts. I used to tape the show constantly, and I thought it was crazy. But I love you guys. My question was, these guys were so great, and
the
there was
camera
so
loves
much
her,
love,
doesn't
and
it?
had this great marriage. How come Jonathan and Jennifer never had any kids?
Ah, good question. You know, we used to get a lot, whenever we'd go away, we used to get a lot of mail saying, why didn't they take the dog? So if we had had a kid and we had to leave the kid behind, it would have been terribly awkward. But we did have, we had one idea that was meant to be in the first, in the last, the season that we were supposed to do.
A young girl wrote us about this.
Yes,
Yeah.
this was an original idea by a fan who sent it in, and we were going to do it during the season, which we didn't do when we got canceled. And it was a wonderful idea. Jennifer was pregnant, and she was having lunch with a friend, and the friend, it was a case of mistaken identity. Someone was out to get the friend and hit Jennifer in a car. And, of course, Jennifer was in the hospital and eventually lost the baby, but they was teetering on the edge while Jonathan went out and solved the crime. But it was a very interesting idea. To answer your question, it just never seemed a practical thing to do.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks.
Jennifer. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Jennifer.
How many times have you two done love letters now?
265 times, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Do you like it a lot?
Yeah. We've done it more than any other couple has done it, and we've had an absolute just joy doing it. It's a marvelous play.
Yeah, tell the folks who haven't seen it just the premise here, because some might not know what Love Letters is, where the two of you are the only characters in the piece.
Well, we sit, but I'm on the other side.
Yeah,
Right?
this usually be like this.
We usually sit on the different sides. You know, our natural body language is that RJ sits on the right and I always sit on the left. And we do.
Oh, do we mess you up tonight here?
No, that's
No,
all right.
it's perfectly
No,
all
it's
right.
okay.
But it does feel strange. In any event, we do that. That's the way we sit on the stage. And A.R. Gurney has written a most remarkable piece of work. He wrote... he started writing a notion of two people that carried on a relationship through their letters. And then he extended it. And it became the story of children who knew each other as children, and their life and times set against the tapestry of the 1930s.
Mm-hmm. I've seen the piece a couple times.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. I've not seen you two, but I've seen, like, for example, Steve and Jane do it and some other.
Yeah. It's a
But
most
the audience is so
remarkable piece.
important, you know. The audience is what we take them on this thread. And when you start having a piece of work like that to do, and you start to feel that audience with you, it is so thrilling.
Oh, it's the best. It's
That's
the best.
marvelous, yeah.
Do the two of you, since you have worked so closely together in Heart to Heart on ABC and the movies and Love Letters 250 plus times, if you have an assignment where the other person is not there, is it difficult? Only because you play together so well.
You know, it is. It's a little strange because you get used to each other's rhythm.
Of course.
And, I mean, I find it very easy to be with Stefanie, and we kind of fall into
So do I,
this.
and I've seen her but a few times in my life, but I mean, you're just so comfortable to be with. Plus, as I said to him with the caller, the camera loves her.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. You know, there was, I must say, this is sort of tales out of school, but the first time I worked with another man after the show was, well, it was actually when the show was being done, there was a particular scene where this gentleman, this actor, had to sort of come into a restaurant, a very elegant restaurant, talk to the head waiter, and then move through the crowd. And he didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
He didn't know how to actually walk in the restaurant and say, excuse me, and move smoothly and with grace through the crowd. And I was getting so impatient with him. I was saying, God, Archie could just do it in a second. What's wrong with this guy? You know, table for two. You know,
only two of us tonight. Only two tonight. Maybe just one. Maybe.
I will watch the show tomorrow night, and I'm in your debt for sharing your day with us. I appreciate it greatly, and all
so much,
best wishes. And
we love the show. And
thanks for the nice things you say about us.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Stefanie Powers and Robert Wagner tomorrow night, Heart to Heart, NBC Television, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We will continue with more stuff after these messages.